Hey there, how you doing? Good evening. I'm Yalek, and I have a fun hit to show you. There it is. So, I came across this base. Actually, uh, I feel a little bit bad about showing you this because I was fully boosted from an op hit. That kind of changes things. But I came across this base last night. I think this hit would have worked regardless. I had actually saved the guy, this player, Dad. So many things I want to say about that. Anyway, whatever. I had saved this player for at least a full day at this point, so I just decided to go ahead and beat him. That's kind of a pity because I think it would have worked either way. You'll see why in a minute. But, so yeah, I spawned this base, well, more than 24 hours ago, and left him with a tag on my map because the opportunities here were just amazing. So, does have ice, obviously. I see at least 4 out, so 2 of them boosted, right? Yeah, okay. So, yeah, 4 ice, 2 boosted. And it's kind of a weird base. It's not a corner base exactly, but he's sort of got his HQ up against the wall. Bunch of mines in through there. A lot of mines. Wow. This part here in the middle is not arranged well because you can get pretty easily from this rocket launcher to this rocket launcher all under one shock. But that wasn't what really interested me here. I saw these 2 grapplers and I saw an opportunity. So I actually, and the interesting thing is the guy did not modify his base at all today. Probably should have, because I did a test run last night with just Bullitt, so he should have known what I was thinking and modified, but maybe he didn't watch it, or maybe he just didn't care. But the idea is pretty simple here. Gonna drop Bullitt way off to the right side of this base. Going to BART out the shock launcher back here. And I think I go for the rocket launcher next to it, but that part actually doesn't matter because the idea is drop Bullitt way off to the right. Now, the grappler's going to get him. When it does that, when he lands, he's going to land in the blind spot of this rocket launcher, which is probably slightly smaller than the circle I just drew, but approximately there. As soon as the grappler takes him, you press taunt, and so when he lands, he taunts, and everything in the vicinity of that shock launcher, grappler, whatever, is going to get taunted. And then the second grappler, he's going to be in range of this second grappler up towards the top of the screen. That's going to take him, and he's just going to then bounce around between grappler 1 and grappler 2, taunting pretty much this entire area of the base. And that seemed like a fun opportunity. So I just had to give this a whirl. So like I said, I did drop Bullitt last night and did a quick test run, and that's exactly how it turned out, and it looked like it was going to be a lot of fun, and so I saved this one for you guys. Like I said, the extra GBE and stuff from the full boost, I probably would have gone for those 2 towers, shock launcher, rocket launcher there regardless. Thanks for the extra GBE. I don't know if you noticed that, but he had his buildings touching. Always appreciate when people do that for me. Since I was full boosted, I had the extra GBE and went ahead and got the back rocket launcher also. But here's the fun part. Just watch Bullitt. Just keep your eyes on Bullitt. My troops are gonna, walk up and they're gonna demolish the base. And I use critters to sort of take out the mines that are along the way. But really, we're just watching Bullitt back and forth and back and forth, and everything is being taunted because every time his feet hits the ground while he is continuing to taunt, it doesn't matter where he is, as he moves he taunts things. So when his feet hits the ground, he's taunting, and everything that is around him is taunted, and he's just now at this point he's stuck because the first grappler is dead and grappler number 2 is cannot see him. But he actually does make it out of there alive, which is pretty cool. And my troops are, we're 85% done with this base now. Just need to get into the right position. There's Bullitt actually surviving that whole encounter, which is pretty amazing in and of itself. A lot of troops left. For time here, I forget where we were in terms of time on the attack, but a lot of troops left. Nothing can really range us. There's this one sniper, but that's what the critters are out there for. And watch how quickly this shield dissolves. Just dying by the second. And boom. Down goes, I don't even know that person's name, whoever that was. And I'm barraging his statues now because of all the extra GVE that I had left over. Just fun little games that I like to play when I win, because I'm kind of a jerk. But anyway, so that was super fun. That was a lot of fun to do that. And like I said, I saved it, I planned it. I had to make a video about this because that's just not a good idea with the twin grapplers like that. Maybe having two grapplers on your base is okay for something. I don't know what. I'm thinking that maybe this guy was defending against tank medic or something, and probably for that. Nothing wrong with that, actually. Tanks are pretty much impossible to defend against unless you have ice, and so that's kind of an obvious solution. However, when you get to this point in, I mean, this is 1230, 1240 VP, a lot of people are using RCZM and HRCZM, and having this set up with your grapplers, though it might be great for tanks, is definitely not good if people understand about Bullitt. So, I mean, yeah, you do want to defend against tanks, but RCZM is definitely something you want to defend against too, and we've just shown that there's a pretty big weakness here with regards to that. So we're back into the screen because I watched this in 2x mode. Just watch Bullitt bounce back and forth. I thought this was hilarious. I don't know, maybe you won't, but I thought this was awesome. So we're going to show this again. Just worked out absolutely perfectly, and it just made me really happy to see this. I kind of needed this today. I was sort of back and forth, boop, boop. Now he's over there, now he's over there, and he's just taunting everything. Back, and now he's over there, and he's gonna go. Well, now he's back to there, and he gets grabbed back to here, and now he's over there. And then the first grappler died, so that's, you know, you've seen it from there. I kind of needed this today. I've sort of been dragging a little bit since the dev video, because like before the dev video I was fine, and then they released the dev video, and now I'm doing the same stuff that I've been doing for a long time, and I've been perfectly happy with it. But now that we have the dev video, I'm doing this stuff and thinking, well, this is old, because we know there's new stuff coming, but we're not exactly sure when. We're not exactly sure what. We now have ideas. Before we had the ideas, I think it didn't really register with me as a reality, maybe. And now that we kind of have an idea what it is, I just can't sort of wait for it to be here. But yeah, so I've been kind of, and this never happens, but I've kind of been dragging a little bit, like it's sort of feeling like a chore, and then something like that comes up, and it reminds me why I love this game so much. So anyway, not sure what I'm going to call this one, but that is definitely a boom fails video, because man, that was, from my point of view, that was beautiful. From his point of view, that was a disaster. Bullitt bouncing back and forth like that. But something definitely not right on his end. Anyway, like the video, thumbs up, subscribe, all that, and I will catch you guys later. Have a good night.